We took our popular premium all aluminum car hauler, added a front V-nose and a front ramp door, and we turned it into a combination car and snow ATV hauler. So first and foremost, this is a car hauler. So the framing structure is 69 center cross members, floor, roof, and walls. In the front of the trailer, you've got 2 5/16 coupler, manual tongue jack, safety change, breakaway battery kit, and 7-way plug for the lights. The electric brakes on this trailer, which are on both axles, are run right through this electrical cord when you plug into your vehicle. You can see we've got a 24-inch stone guard here in the front. Now, since this is an all aluminum frame, the trailer weighs in at 3,700 pounds. It's about 1,100 pounds lighter than a steel frame counterpart. In the front of the trailer, on the front of the wedge nose, you can see there's a stainless steel wrap. We've got our monster front ramp door, and running down the side of the trailer, we've got a screwless exterior. No screws used on the outside, gives the trailer a nice clean look. So most snowmobile trailers have a smaller 58-inch front ramp door, and when we add a 6-foot V on the front, we add this 72-inch monster front ramp door. It makes it extra easy to load and unload your sleds or machines. Now we've got these stainless steel paddle latches, and it's a locking mechanism that's inside the door. So it's a really clean look on the outside of the trailer. We eliminate those bar locks that you see everywhere else. We're going to drop our front ramp door down. It's got a single spring assist on this side of the ramp, so you don't get tied up into the spring assist when you're pulling in or out. And we've got a flap on the end. Some of the trim work we've done is we have a 4-inch upper trim and a 7-inch lower trim that runs down along the side of the trailer. Now, one upgrade that you can make on this particular model is what we call perimeter skirting. Now, what that skirting is that the trim actually kicks down around the tires on either side, and it combines with these fenderettes. So there's extra large fenderettes that kick up and around, separate out these two tires. It's an 8-inch spread and just pulls better down the road, but overall it gives the trailer a really nice look. Now, one other upgrade that I did here is I went with 16-inch tires, which raises the deck height a little bit and helps you when you're going in uneven terrain. So to tie in with the 16-inch tires, I went with a custom axle degree, raised the deck height up even a little bit more. The axles are worth mentioning as well. They're 5,200 pound torsion axles with aluminum wheels. So in the rear of the trailer, we have what's called a reverse beaver tail. Now inside the trailer, the floor actually slopes down, which allows for easier loading. But on the exterior, we actually kick this up in the rear, called a reverse beaver tail, and that just protects the rear end from dragging when you go up and down embankments. We also put some skid plates on the back here to protect that trim as well. You can see we've got LED clearance lights that wrap up and around all the way around the outside of the trailer. Now, one of the crowd favorites here is the rear loading light fairing that we put up above the ramp door. It's just an available accessory on this model, and we put nice LED loading lights that have a switch just inside the ramp door, but most importantly, it just gives the trailer just an awesome look. The clearance lights and the tail lights are all LED like I mentioned, and here's another look at those stainless steel paddle latches in action. Now we're ready to open up our ramp door. Okay, so let's talk about flooring. So this is what we call a black poly bead floor. It's actually a black corrugated plastic floor. It's one of only 2 choices when it comes to hauling snowmobiles. Now this is a laminate on top of 3/4-inch plywood, and one feature I really like about this is underneath the plywood. This is actually the bottom here, due to our flap here, but this is the bottom. Underneath, that's black plastic, which protects the floor from the bottom of the trailer. Just a nice feature. You can see we've got a dual spring assist, gapless continuous hinge. It just prevents dirt and debris from dropping down into that hinge system. Another nice detail piece as well. You can see we've got a couple of heavy-duty D-rings here at the rear. There's 2 more in the front set up for a car. Remember, this is a car hauler primarily, and a secondary option, very popular option, is for sleds. And on the inside, you can see we've got our beaver tail. So there's where it drops down in the rear, and we've got our reverse beaver tail on the exterior. Now, with the floor being black, I went with a white aluminum wall and white aluminum ceiling. Now, we can insulate if you prefer, different wall and ceiling options available, but the white lightens up the trailer. Now, one thing we could do is we could go with a silver mist aluminum wall and ceiling. Darkens up the trailer a little bit on the inside, but it is a very unique looking set when you go inside the trailer. So you've got your black poly bead floor all throughout, LED recessed lights. So you've got 4 LED recessed lights that are run 12 volt, and we ran those off of a battery in the front. So that battery is charged when you plug into your vehicle, or you've got a converter that's just above the battery And when you plug an extension cord into the side of the trailer, it's going to go through the converter, charge the battery, keeps these lights running. So LEDs are the way to go. They're nice and bright and they're very low power usage, makes it a popular choice. Now we ran the lights off 12 volt, but we did add a small electrical package on the inside of the trailer. So you've got a 30 amp breaker box inside of this overhead cabinet here, and you've got a couple of receptacles inside. So if you've got a shoreline power cord where you plug into a generator, you will have some receptacles to run whatever you need to as well, in addition to the 12 volt system that we went with here. So cabinet package here, we've got a 4-foot aluminum overhead helmet cabinet, put a clothes hanger in here so when you can come in from the elements, take your jacket off, hang it right here. Now we went with a matte black cabinet and matte black cove, and you pair that with the poly bead floor and the white interior, it's just an awesome look, of course. Top hinge cabinet door, just pop that up, there's a gas shock that lifts that up, just another nice detail piece. You keep hearing me say it, but it's another nice detail piece here. Just on a shot, you've got a non-powered roof vent, could put an air conditioner in there to be used in the summertime. Last thing I'll point out is in regards to snowmobiles. So you have these fender wells on the inside, and the question is how to load your sleds when you have to deal with these fender wells. So you've got 96 inches from wall to wall, 6.5 foot interior height, 82.5 inches on this particular trailer in between these fender wells. What most people do is they'll actually drive their sleds through the front, face the two in the rear facing the rear, so that your tracks are on the inside of these wheel wells, and two in the front facing the front. So again, your tracks are inside of the wheel wells. Now what some people might be able to do is pull two in, kick the rears out, pull another one in between those two, and you might be able to squeeze 5 in here. That's a little bit of a stretch in my opinion, but after speaking to so many different people, it can be done.